Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first visit, I hope you will consider subscribing. Today we're going to make a window box from a tissue box. So what do these two boxes have in common? Well, they're made from the same stock. Card stock, that is. It's a heavy-duty card stock. Much more heavy duty than cardstock that you would make a card with. I wanted to have a box that was pretty, but that would hold a more substantial gift. This is why I decided to go with the tissue box. And high-paid artists decide that this coordinates with that, and they get a lot of money to do that, so I don't have to worry about it. Somebody's already made that artistic decision for me. Now, my highly efficient family swiped the tissue box that I was going to do this video with. So, in retaliation, I'm going to open an unused tissue box and make them fight for these tissues. But it was very kind of them to throw that box away. I'm going to go ahead and cut the back here rather than use the remaining flap, because that flap needs to stay attached. So now we have the beginnings of our project. We're going to use the window box die set, and the only two pieces we're going to need are these. They're not intricate, so we don't need the precision base platform to cut them out. We can just use the regular magnetic platform with two of these cutting pads. So we're going to decide to place the feet right here, and we'll need this much of the back of the tissue box so that we'll have enough. That's why we're going to cut this piece out to then cover that. So I have found that if I cut this away, and if I use a pair of scissors, I can determine how wide to make it where it will still fit through the big shot. I left a little extra for this piece. So I'm going to get rid of this excess plastic. And because it's magnetic, it sticks pretty well. And then we'll add the extra piece right there. Now, if you wanted it to have that color scheme, you'd add it there. It's jumping because my cutting pads are a little bit warped, so I'll just put it on this side and we'll go with that. Now you, of course, have to cut two of these. Okay, so there we have it. And I have this little piece as well. Because of that flap, I had a little hard time cutting through two. That's why I had to kind of yank at it a little bit. So I'm going to remove the big shot and these dies, because for all intents and purposes, we're done. Because I already cut the second half from a different tissue box. Now, what we have to do is we have to replace the score lines because this is really thick cardstock, and the Big Shot just doesn't make it deep enough. So we're going to do 1/4 of an inch, which is two bumps from the side. We'll put all of those score lines back that were removed. Well, they actually weren't even very well placed because it's just really, really heavy-duty cardstock. And this is about 2 1/8. Find that little dip. There we go. And then these guys are 2 1/8, and 1/8 smaller than 4. And I think I got them all, except for the ones on the sides. If we fold that, we can get to those. I'll put them back in as well. Okay. That's it. And I did the top one already. Alrighty. So now we have that. And I did that work already on this piece. So my top piece is this one. My bottom piece is this one. Okay. The bottom piece has 3 pieces of tear tape on it. The top piece is going to have these 4 tabs. So you want to go ahead and put tear tape on those 4 tabs. And it's really a pretty quick process. And what you may not have seen other videos that put this box together do is to flip the top one over and put a tear tape in the inside. This will keep the center seam laying over to one side, which is what we want. And I do put these boxes together with both seams inside, and so this will cause that seam to lay flat. So I'm not going to bore you with how to put these together, because my last video showed that, and there are many out there that show it. But you peel off the tape and you construct your box. The bottom, of course, will go like this, and the top will go like that. Okay? But what I want to draw to your attention is you'll use your snail adhesive right here to go ahead and attach this piece here, which will hide the part of the tissue box that you had to go over. And there also. Okay? But I would attach that when the box is completed, because then you won't make a mistake with this tape here. So you can learn again by going to my last video, which was the impressions one, to put the box together. But what I want to show you is that this is very substantial. I used some mini glue dots on these flaps to hold it closed, but it of course pops right open when you want it to. You can add a sentiment, and since if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I don't waste anything. So these butterflies were all made with the remainder of the tissue box that I did not use to make the box itself. That's a lot of butterflies there. But most importantly, my children's piano teacher cannot have dark chocolate. I think that's a crime. I just can't even imagine that a life like that. But we all have our crosses to bear. So I have found that you can fit 5 truffles on the bottom of this box very nicely. And then if you put one in the center and kind of sort of squish the others, you could get 5 more in there. And that's really a substantial gift there. And because you put the little mini glue dots on the sides, you know, if someone is about to receive a gift from you, that will stay closed. And there's that coordinating side flap we talked about, and that butterfly. Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you need any of the supplies like the scoring table or the Big Shot or any of the dies we talked about today, the snail adhesive, the mini glue dots, the tear tape, they're all available on my website. Bye!